Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, talking about the FA Cup weekend review now. Going back to Thursday, I guess we're not going to be talking about obviously the Monday night game, and there's a few games that got postponed and they'll be played, and we'll see who wins them games, but we won't speak about them. We'll speak about the further fixtures that are going ahead forward as well. Starting with Thursday's games, and so Cardiff beat Sheffield United, big. It's not, I think it is a big upset. I think it's a big upset. I know they're in the same league, but Sheffield United should be winning that game, and then Fulham smashing past Watford. You know, it looked like it might be a tough one there in the first half, 1-1 going into the second half, and then Fulham went, well, hold up a minute, we're a Premier League club, what's happening there? The big one everyone was talking about was Everton 2, Peterborough 0, and they were talking about it for the wrong reasons. Obviously it was touted to be Ashley Young versus Son, and it gets to the game and neither of them are actually on the team, you know, but they're both on the bench. Ashley Young finally gets on the pitch. As you know, he's a very good footballer. Ashley Young is needed when it's like it's only 1-0, they need some extra goals in there. Ashley Young can help out with that stuff. His son did not come off the bench, and then everyone's going, oh, I can't believe he's robbed him of a moment there, and it's, well, no, he's trying to get his team a result. They were 1-0 until the 98th minute. They were fighting for it, and they put a good account for themselves. But Everton are the better team, and he kind of shouldn't have put Young on the bench at all, really. They should have just not had him in the team and not had this hype around it to be able to, you know, be created. Aston Villa and West Ham finished 2-1 to Aston Villa. Obviously West Ham took the lead in that game, and it took Villa a long time and a bit of FA Cup dodginess to get through there, but there's no VAR, so what you're expecting, it's not going to get overturned. It's just what it is sometimes. Wycombe beating Portsmouth, that is a big upset. Wycombe obviously not like below Portsmouth. Obviously Portsmouth visiting them away, you can make the argument, but Wycombe getting a great result there against Portsmouth. On to the Saturday's games, and it was hard for me to actually keep track of the Saturday games when they were happening because I was out doing my Soccer Saturday, which will come out, the video for that will come out next Saturday. I've still got a few bits to do on that. Coventry and Sheffield having a 1-1 draw. Lampard's Coventry going through on penalties, just edging through. I mean, they were the better team for the game. It took a 93rd minute equaliser from Sheffield Wednesday to even take it to penalties. But yeah, Coventry deserve to go through there. City showing that they deserve to go through as well with a nice 8-0 win for them. James McAtee hat-trick, Grealish took a pen and Doku took a pen. I'm surprised, just let McAtee take the pens, man. He could have had 5 goals and had a very good time out in the FA Cup. Leeds beating Harrogate just 1-0, a close one for that derby there. Stoke beating Sunderland thanks to an Ennis 112th minute extra time goal. Burnley beating Reading thanks to, once again, more extra time goals, 100th minute and 109th minute from Fleming to put them through into the next round of the Cup against Reading there. Forest beating Luton 2-0, they took the time, but you know, they got the result they needed, and you know, it was a rotated team. It was always going to be a tough team, but it's a repeat of that playoff final from a couple of years ago. On to Brighton and Norwich, Rutter getting 2 goals, Enciso getting a goal, March getting a goal. It was a nice day out for Brighton as they win 4-0 there. Exeter and Oxford, Exeter winning 3-1. I think that's a good result for Exeter. You know, Demi Mitchell getting 2 goals for them, ex-United Academy player, and then Morecambe getting absolutely smashed 5-0 by Chelsea. Tosin Adebayo getting a brace, and Cuckoo getting a goal, and João Felix getting a quick brace as well. You know, from the 70th to 70th minute, it's 3 goals. Crazy stuff. Plymouth getting one of the big shocks of the weekend. Struggling away form all year. All year they struggled on away form. It was usually a good journey for them. Beating Brentford though in the Cup. Brentford, a team that I touted as a team that could maybe go, you know, the full way in this Cup, because I think they structure themselves well. I think Frank sets himself well, but Plymouth going through thanks to a Morgan Whittaker goal. Bournemouth absolutely walking past West Brom, showing that, you know, they might be here to fight for it as well, winning 5-1. Leicester showing that, you know, they are too good for the Championship, even if they might not be good enough for the Premier League. They're too good for the Championship. There's a bit in there in between as they win 6-2 against QPR. Liverpool beating Accrington 4-0. Blackburn surprising a few people here, but I said it the other day. I felt like Blackburn could edge their way through, and they have beaten Middlesbrough 1-0 with a Weimann goal there. Wolves making it the hard way, all the goals in the first half, 2-1 against Bristol, and then Birmingham doing it the hard way again with a Yokoyama goal in that first minute, 2-1 for them as they go for the next round. Now to the Sunday results. This is one result that I definitely want to wait for a second for us to talk about. Doncaster managing to get a result over Hull. Massive stuff in a 1-1 draw there. They actually were leading the game as well, but they won on penalties and they went through. Tamworth creating a story of the weekend. If replays had still been a thing, we would have seen Tamworth take Spurs to a replay, but instead they took Spurs to extra time, and in extra time the legs kind of went, the energy kind of left the team, and it's upsetting to see. I think it should have just gone straight to pens. It should have gone straight to pens and give Tamworth a good shout of knocking Spurs out. They've been historic. The money for the club would have been great, and I stand by it that if you're 2 leagues above a team, like maximum there, if you're 2 leagues above a team and they take you to extra time in the FA Cup and you're in the Premier League, you're voted against playing replays, you should just then get knocked out. You should just then be knocked out of the competition, and that team that is 2 divisions below you should go through. Crystal Palace having a close one with Stockport County, only win 1-0. Ipswich beating Bristol 3-0, showing easy stuff for them. Newcastle a bit of a scare. Bromley actually took the lead against Newcastle, but Newcastle are the better team. Were the better team, won the game 3-1, and Southampton walking over Swansea with Tyler Diblin getting a brace there as well, winning 3-0. But the game of the weekend, guys, it has to be the obvious one. Arsenal versus Man United, drawing 1-1. Bruno Fernandes with a great goal. Dalot being stupid 9 minutes later, getting himself sent off. And then 2 minutes after he gets sent off, Gabriel scores. And then he get a penalty, and it felt like the world was coming down on us. It was like, it's all going to come down on us now. We played great this game, and it's going to get punished. But then Bayinde went, hold up, guys, I've got something on my sleeve here. And saved the penalty. A massive dive to the left as well. Took them to penalties. We had a great defensive performance, and I think that's what Amorim stands on, is this great defensive performance and these attacking moments. A lot better than Arsenal style play that relies on corners and set pieces. And then we beat him 5-3 on penalties. Xerxes going that final penalty. Is it a redeeming arc? I'll let you guys judge. I will let you guys judge. Obviously, we've still got a few more fixtures left in January, because we've got Millwall versus Dagenham to happen tonight, and then a few of the replays games that got cancelled and have to be played again. Leighton Orient versus Derby, Mansfield, Wigan, and Preston and Charlton, and then that comes up to us in the potential games. There's 4 games that we don't know who it's going to be yet, but let's talk about it. Villa Spurs, big game. I will do a preview before these games are played as well, but that is a big game. Birmingham, Newcastle should be winning that. Blackburn, Wolves. I feel like Blackburn can sneak one over on Wolves here. Wolves have a bad form all year, and Blackburn defensively are strong, know what to do. Brighton against Chelsea. I think Brighton might beat Chelsea's second team. Ipswich and Coventry. I think Ipswich will beat Coventry. They should beat Coventry anyway, but Coventry, they got to semi-finals last year. They can throw shocks at you. I know Doncaster Palace should be winning that one easy, but if they make it as tough as they did against the game against Stockport, then Doncaster might be in for something. Everton, Bournemouth, and I feel like Everton can push on a cup run here, but so can Bournemouth. So we're going to go away. Exeter, Forest, you should see Forest win that game. United, Leicester shows something different, because Ruud van Nistelrooy has already been in this fixture once this year, but in the other dugout, so that'll be interesting. Plymouth and Liverpool should be winning that one. Southampton, Burnley, that one's going to be very close. That one's going to be an exciting one. It's going to show the gap between them two, really, in terms of them coming up and Southampton going down. And then Stoke versus Cardiff could go either way for me right now. I'd probably put it towards Stoke a bit more. Obviously I ended up in Stoke thanks to their early goal. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Let me know what your favourite fixture of the weekend was, because mine's pretty obvious. And let me know who you think is looking like a bit of an underdog favourite, maybe to go all the way in this year's FA Cup. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like the video, please leave a like, and see more, subscribe, because there's more on the channel every single day. Thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do catch you next time. Cheers.